Okay, what up everybody, it's your favorite Asian robot right here, and I am here today to talk about the No Fear of Death sword build. This is one of the fun sword builds that I really enjoyed, but I'm going to tell you that this is not one of those optimum DPS builds, no. This is just a very fun build to play, because it has some hilarious effects, and basically it allows you to fight kind of like a berserker, and also take advantage of death in a funny way. All right, so I'm not going to waste your time. I'm going to go through it, but I'm also going to go through the build in a bit more detail than I normally would, because players have been telling me that they don't understand certain things about the builds, like how do we parry, block, stuff like that. Okay, I will teach you guys that, and also go through in detail what gives you what in this build. Starting with the Edge of Tomorrow, this is the Chronovore's sword. All right, it has a legendary ability that basically is like Tracer from Overwatch 2. You rewind your position to 3 seconds prior to activation. It'll restore the health and stamina you've lost in that time, and you can become invulnerable and gain increased movement speed for 6 seconds. It is usable while you are downed, okay? And it resets on Behemoth Kill or after 90 seconds. But here's the thing. This particular weapon can be used even after your Tragic Echo clone disappears. Although it says it rewinds you 3 seconds, you can still use it after your Tragic Echo clone disappears, which is why it's so awesome. All right. The cells you put in here are Recycle and Berserker. Your special is the Avenging Overdrive, which will allow you to parry behemoth attacks. After activating the special, it says reactivate to parry. All right. That's what you can do. In fact, let me remove my cam so it's easier for you guys to see everything. Yeah, reactivate to parry and reposit a behemoth attack, dealing 800 damage and granting 1 Valor whenever successful, 2-second cooldown. Alright, you gotta get very used to using Avenging Overdrive, because for the sword, this is one of the most important specials you're ever gonna use. Yeah, people like Ardent Cyclone, but Ardent Cyclone has one effective build, and everything else is a small variation of that, which will cause a minor adjustment to your DPS, that's about it. Realistically speaking, Avenging Overdrive is... Oh, excuse me. It's early in the morning, so I just woke up. But anyway, Avenging Overdrive is the main special for your behemoths, all right? For your sword builds. And it is the main special that is used to counteract most behemoth attacks, compared to Ardent Cyclone, which is just used when you want to be lazy. Okay? Your mod is Mending Blade Core for this build. You don't really use any of the others because Mending Blade Core provides you with a little bit of extra healing, and this build does not have any sustain built in. It is not designed for that, so this is literally your only form of survival. For your bond, you'll be using the Glyph Weaver Edge. All right, the Glyph Weaver Edge allows you to switch between the red glyph and the blue glyph. The blue glyph will grant you stacking shields. The red glyph will grant you radiant damage. All right, whenever the behemoth touches the glyph. But here's the thing. The red glyph doesn't just deal 1,000 radiant damage, it also deals stagger, which is pretty insane. So this is what I really like about it. It can be used to stagger the behemoth additionally. I will show you how to vary it with the Call of Dawn in case you don't like the Alira bond effect, okay? Next. Your Omnicell for this is going to be Discipline. Why? Because it grants you an additional parry every 17 seconds. Very, very useful for this build. And honestly, with this particular build, you don't really care about your survival. It's more about going berserk, right? So Discipline is to help you with that. Shrike Zeal with the Energized Cell. Previously, this build used the Skarn's Defiance, but if you really want to max it out, Shrike Zeal with Energized. It's a lot of fun. Although, yes, you will die horribly. Tragic Echo with Rage Cell. All right. This is to... Now, this build is one of the unique ones because it uses both Predator and Rage. People will say, this is a waste of cell slots. Well, yes, but this is also a fun build. It is designed to take advantage of certain things. In this particular case, because it is so focused on DPS anyway, even if you take a hit, Rage will trigger, and when Rage goes off, if you haven't taken a hit, Predator will trigger again. So you don't lose as much DPS as you'd think. Your DPS is actually pretty consistent with this one. And if you die, the effect of the Tragic Echo allows you to become a Shadow Clone that'll deal 100% extra damage for 15 seconds. Very, very useful. All right. And now it resets on Behemoth Kill, so you can keep using this every fight. All right. It gets wild. Now, Thrax's Shadow with a Cunning Cell, this is to pair with Discipline. And again, later on I can show you a little variation that might help you out. Okay, Malkurion's Grasp with a Predator Cell goes here. And last but not least, Togedoro's Gate with a Berserker Cell. Now, I'm going to show you two variations of this, okay? The first variation is a Catalyst-based variation. If you want to include Catalyst into this build, just change the Togedoro's Gate to Time Weave Leggings, okay, Berserker Cell in here, and then change Energize here to Catalyst. Bada bing, bada boom, you've got your Catalyst version of this build. Now, if you want, by the way, the only reason I used Togedoro's Gate is because I couldn't think of anything else that I wanted to use, and I genuinely didn't have any other items that I wanted to run for this particular build. So the original version uses Energized here. Now, I'm also going to show you another variation. This other variation is to use the Call of Dawn, okay, which would maximize attack cell perks, but you would change the Cunning Cell in your Thrax's Shadow, change this to Assassin's Frenzy, which would give you even more insane... Oh, sorry, not Assassin's Frenzy. You would change this to the Recycle Cell from the Edge of Tomorrow, right? And up here you have a choice. You could either go full Recycle, okay, going up to +6, giving you additional damage, or just throw in an Assassin's Frenzy cell up here, giving you additional attack speed, all right, to wipe out your foes faster. It's genuinely your choice what you want to do. And I demonstrated this with the Illyra's effect, bond, sorry. But now I will demonstrate with the Call of Dawn so that you guys can see that all of these variations ultimately will work. And it's, like I said, designed for maximum fun. All right, this is the kind of thing that you play if you want to have a build that, you know, you can have a bit of fun with and also just enjoy yourself. All right, so let's go into the hunting grounds. Now, a lot of people have also come up to me and said, like, hey, you know, can we see like variations of builds that you've done before? Like, are there variations? Not every build has a variation. That is something I will always say. Every build ultimately has certain characteristics. Sometimes these allow for variations, sometimes they do not. But with any build, you have to know the play style of the build. Ideally, you want to fight creatures 3 levels above you, but as always, we show a little bit higher than that. With this particular build, you want to get in really quickly, all right, and just start going ham. Now, if you can knock down a behemoth, that's really great. But ultimately, you just need to build up your valor and then get straight into... All right, get straight into your attack mode. Oh, if you break apart, great. This is with the additional Assassin's Frenzy, so. As you can see, with this kind of thing, you can kind of combo almost endlessly, which is what I really like about it. This particular build was designed with this sort of thing in mind, so, you know, you don't fear, like I said, you don't fear death, but you also have a lot of options with this build because you don't really have to worry too much, you know? If something gets all aggro with you, just deflect, parry, you've got all these tools in your arsenal. Let me show you in the Koshai fight how we can block, parry, and all that kind of stuff. Well, I mean, block and parry are the same thing. I just use the words interchangeably. It doesn't mean that there's a separate ability. When you don't have your Avenging Overdrive, you use Discipline. This also builds up the damage of your crits, all right? Because every stack of Discipline adds to your crit damage. Then, when you do have Avenging Overdrive, use that to continuously parry and keep your combos going. Basically, you use it to abuse the style of the sword, allowing for continuous and effective comboing, all right, which I think is really, really important. Okay, Koshai. Why am I not fighting the Fenroar? Because the Fenroar is annoying. And I really don't want to do that. All right. So, get into combat. As you can see, parried. There's nothing special that you need to do, but I would recommend, you know, just getting your Avenging Overdrive working as soon as possible. Because the continuous parries that you're able to pull off in most situations is really, really awesome. And it'll allow you to really take advantage of the great, you know, strength of the sword, that is its ability to just continuously combo. All right, so that's ultimately what you want. And again, please remember, all right, please do remember that the only thing that counts when it comes to gaining your special meter is the last hit. All right, only the last hit matters, so just be very, very aware of that. Because if you are attacking without, you know, concerning yourself with the last hit, which is the most important, then you are going to have a very bad time. All right, this is something you need to understand. All right. There can also be some delays in your attacks, so just be very cautious when striking. You'll notice I haven't activated my special. This is because I usually like to wait. If I can get the chance to do so, I like to activate the special at exactly the moment when the behemoth attacks, so that I can gain that additional parry. Okay, come on. This thing is pathetic. Not even attacking properly. This is without me even using the special, and it's dead. So just be aware that this build gives you a lot of options in combat. You can parry, deflect, do whatever you want. You can face behemoths above your level, but of course, ideally, 3 levels above you is the ideal for XP versus kill time. All right. Thank you very much for watching this video. I hope that you guys have enjoyed it. All right. And I will see you guys on the next one. Don't forget to like, share, and subscribe. We are very close to partnership. All I need from you guys is literally just 50 more subscribers, and I have my YouTube partnership on this account, which will allow me to make more money, and therefore I can make more content for you guys. If you want that, get me 50 more subscribers on this account. All right. Thank you very much. I'll see you on the next one.